I forget about them until
Yeah, fair.
balls in their fucking hands after fucking.
So how do we know when we're rolling?
You won't. The lads will just tell us. They'll just be like, "You're live," and then we're going. Yeah. So like, I don't know. You don't want to talk like, yeah. Why are you worried about that?
What?
About when we're rolling or not?
I don't know.
Because that's like his second time asking that. Like, are you sure? When the camera's on or not?
Before I drop some bangers that don't get recorded.
And then be like, oh, I didn't record it like every comedy set.
Man, you should have heard the jokes. I was fucking telling before the camera was rolling. The whole podcast studio was rolling.
Yeah.
And now I'm just being like,
I don't know what to say anymore.
now that you mentioned it, I'm quite bored.
Alright, yo, lads, can you hear me? Give me a sign. Anyway, have you ever been bowling?
Yeah.
Okay, is that what have you gone with your girlfriend or just by yourself?
I've never been by myself. I've been on dates and I've been with my girlfriend.
Okay. So you never go by yourself?
No.
Is that a weird sport to go by yourself and play? Do you think,
no.
in your opinion, in your professional opinion?
Like, if there was a sport I was going to go play by myself, that's one of the ones you can do by yourself. Like.
Okay.
So, like, it does narrow that down.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, it wouldn't be my go-to, like. But, like, if there was one nearby...
Okay, you
and I
give it a go.
And I, like, had nothing to do and I was by myself, I wouldn't be against it.
All right, fair enough. That's one of the questions. Hi.
Round and round in circles, been stuck in the cycle for some time now. Please, I'd like.
Hello, everybody, hello, and welcome back to the SEHEED00 show. I am your host, SEHEED00, aka SEHEED, aka Sowedo, aka your local podcaster, and I am here in the Cork podcast studios, overlooking Patrick Street in Cork City. It's the bank holiday weekend to Paddy's weekend.
It is.
Yeah, and
it's glowing green.
It's glowing green on Patrick Street. I swear, there's a whole mural. There's
all the homeless people are dressed as Santa Claus.
St. Patrick is fighting all the homeless. He wasn't fighting snakes.
There's a lot more of them than snakes.
But yeah, I'm here with my fantastic guest for this episode. It is James Hopkins, aka J1.
Jimmy Costello, you know what that means. Shout out to you. You'll always be J2, man. We'll leave it at that.
welcome, brother. Oh yeah, I have to give you a, because you're from Belfast. Nah.
Well, here, it's better than being called a Brit, and we'll take that.
Okay, fair enough. We're going in hot, but like, nah. I wanted to say, just a bit of news that none of you care about, but I do. A bit of transparency on the part. We're meant to record this yesterday, but there was a scheduling issue that we were both on the same gig.
Yeah,
at the Coco Comedy Club here in the city, and you were hosting.
Yeah, first time hosting the Coco.
Was that your first time hosting it?
Yeah. I've done Franwell and the famous Liberty. On a Monday night.
Your baby. Yeah.
Well, Adam Raymond's baby that I looked after.
Okay. You were like the unk. Yeah,
the stay-at-home unk. So like I hadn't hosted. Like I hosted with Bramwell there for Graham a few weeks ago. Okay. And it went fairly well, and Dan was in on the lineup
on that night as well.
At the end there, we were actually out for pints there the other night, me and Dan, and he said something about hosting, and I was like, oh fuck, I actually don't mind it. It was good to do it again, and he was like, do you want to do Coco on Thursday? So
nice.
Yeah, no, it went fairly well. Like Dan is now like recruiting loads of German people to come in now.
Oh, to the shows now. Yeah. That's the market audience now.
Like, there was like 8 Germans in out of like 20 fucking 2 people or something.
Yeah.
So they all fucking laughing with their shoulders, the bastards. It was good crack. No, I think it was good fun. Probably should have like mentioned the Coco Comedy Club and stuff at the start.
So funny, bro.
I just kind of went up and was like, I'm James.
Yeah, James did a first 10-minute set, like almost. I was in the back like, when is he gonna introduce the show? I was there with another comedian, and I was laughing because I was just there to like, okay, this is gonna be a long ass night, because there was an audience member who was a bit like loud, a bit boisterous, but like painful guy.
But like, to be fair, he made a load of noise, which is always nice. And
he was like, I feel like if he just got his balance right, he was a bit doing it too much. He was hamming it up a bit too much. Yeah. But he could have been like a crowd favorite. Yeah, he could have been the night's favorite guy, like, or whatever.
He could have played his cards right, but no.
Yeah, he fucked it for everybody else. Well,
he didn't even come back for the second half.
It was good.
I think he was asked to leave. So
I wanted to ask him to leave, but like one of the things was like, the lad he was with was one of my guys from college. From CIT.
That puts you in such a shit spot now.
No, really, because I don't give a shit. He's hanging out with a retard now, like, so like. And he paid a tenant to come watch me do like 5 minutes, like, so. Sorry, man. I know I wasn't getting paid yesterday, but like,
that's on him.
That's on him, exactly.
Pick
like,
better mates.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, pick better mates. But like, it was good to see him. Like, shout outs to him still. But it was kind of funny to me about like CIT, because we both went to CIT as well. Yeah. And that was like a third person, let's say, in CIT around the years we went together. You come from Antrim?
Yeah, I'm Antrim, like Belfast.
Belfast County, Antrim. Yeah. And okay, so you came out to Cork. What was the reason? You were telling me outside your reasoning to come to Cork. I think it's very interesting.
Well, like, to be honest with you, I hadn't planned on moving away at all.
Okay. Is there colleges up there?
Yeah, like Queen's University, Belfast, and then like UJ, University also at Jordanstown, and then there's McGee and Derry and stuff.
Okay.
But like, my plan was to try and do pharmacy in Queen's, Belfast. I didn't get in the first round, but I was like, I think if I hung on, I would have got a late spot.
Okay.
But one of my buddies, Nisha, he was going down. He was moving to Cork.
Yeah.
And his brother lived down here, and both his brothers actually went to college in UL.
Okay.
So he was moving away, and like, we'd have been very close for like the 2 last years of secondary school, because he transferred over from an Irish speaking college.
Oh, okay.
So we played hurling together and stuff, and then he was going down here, and then so like, I kind of chatting to him, and then I talked to a few fellas from my GA club and a few fellas who were a bit older than me, who went to university in Belfast. Yeah. And they were all like, I kind of wish I went away. And then, to be honest with you, I couldn't think of anything worse to going to England. Scotland, maybe, but I left it so late. And my ma was like, oh, take a year out. So I was kind of looking at that, and I was looking at Dublin a bit as well, but then there was no accommodation. And then because I knew Nisha was going down, I was like, fuck it, I'll go down with him. Yeah. So
pause. You want to go down with Nisha?
No. Get public transport together.
Okay. Travel down to Cork with Nisha.
Which door to door is like fucking 8-9 hours. Like, if you have to
on an air coach.
No, because like, if you get the train, which this is if you're going the fast way, the buses would take
you
forever.
Lads. I've never been to Belfast, you know. It's such a trek, it feels like.
It is. Like,
so tell me about the trek.
I drive. This is back when we were in college, like, so we would have had like a fucking gear bag, a school bag, like bring me 2 bags, your fucking hurling helmet and 2 hurls, and you'd be getting the fucking train or the bus down to Dublin, and then you'd get there, and then you have to get the Lewis across Dublin to get to Houston, and then you get on to Houston. But like, sometimes you get to Houston and the fucking train's not for another 40 minutes, so you're just sitting there
with all your gear.
So you're sitting all there, and outside all the homeless fellas are just eyeing you up, being like, "Is that bag full of change or what?"
Easy one of us.
I hear you jingling about the place there, you bastard. But so then like, so fucking like, it could take on a bad day, it could take you 8 or 9 hours. Like, door to door.
So then what? You get the train just for an education and to leave Belfast? Is that deep? Like, fucking hell.
Well, like the year
was there no planes? Sorry, I'm just wondering.
There used to be planes between Cork and Belfast, but then one crashed and people died, and I don't think it was that busy that they would keep it going. They were like,
so all it took was one crash, and they're just like, we're calling it off.
Cork's 9/11.
Is that for real? Like,
it actually did crash. It didn't hit any buildings. Like,
okay.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just bad weather.
I've never heard of that. That's my first time hearing that.
I hear someone can fucking
in the fact check that.
In the comments. But I'm pretty sure, unless I'm just speaking it into the.
That's fair. So,
because my dad, when I came to my primary school, actually came down to play hurling in Cork. when we were what 10, 11, and the bus took like Jesus 8 hours.
Christ,
8 hours because like I was before the fucking proper motorway and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad and a few other fellas' dads flew down from Belfast to Cork, so that's how I know it used to have to happen, and I'm pretty sure that the crash killed it off, or they both just like kind of cheese slice event, like the crash happened and then they reassessed, keeping it going.
It does. It's not worth it. But okay, that's very interesting. I didn't like, as I said, I've never been up there before, so it's quite. And I do want to go up there because it's a big part of Irish history and it's part of the whole country. We'd like to see how the others live, But like you did a whole journey. Like you literally changed. Did it feel like a transition? Or what was the transition like?
When you first Jersey, like when you first like started saying it to me, and I thought about it, and then when I made the decision and started telling people in Belfast, they were like, just like some people were going to like London or Newcastle or Liverpool or Manchester, like big cities in England, or like Edinburgh. You said it, not me. And then like some people would go to Dublin, but like when you're trying to tell people you're going to Cork, they were like, "Where? If what?" And then we're like, "Is that like the most far away?" And then people would be looking at you, being like, "Did you do something? But you want to go as far away
the other end?"
And like, and can you not leave the country either? Is that why you're just like go as far away from? But like I don't know. It was mostly like I wouldn't have went if it wasn't for Nisha going down. And like I hear fuck it.
Shout out to Nisha.
Yeah, 100%. Killing it, member of Kneecap. Crazy what
views of Jim Hopkins did now. Listen, I was going to be controversial about Kneecap. Shout out, is that that's one of the man them?
Yeah, Mowgli Bap. He's called, formerly known as Anisha O'Carlin, but no,
cool.
Legend.
It's not about them.
Like, no.
But sorry.
Legend of a fella. But like that's to say, fair play to him because
before you guys come and blow me up here, I love you. But it's about James right now. Yeah. But shout out Nisha for starting that journey as well.
Yeah.
With James.
Like as in no, just because like I wouldn't be in Cork. Like I'm here for 13 years now, and like the reason I came was him. But he left after like 8 months, 9 months. Like, he went to Galway and then moved back to Belfast eventually. So like. I made a load of like both of us. We made like fucking buddies that we hang around at the weekends and stuff. Like shout out Fitzy.
The lads from Cork, like
we made a good group of mates. Like, and then anytime he was back down again, we'd still meet up.
And still hang out.
No, fuck it. So like, within a period of like 2 months, if you'd said to me 2 months beforehand, I actually went to Cork, I'd have been like, nah, there's no way I'm actually going. Like I would never do that. And then 3 months later, I was in bags packed. My man and dad dropped me off at some apartment, and me being like, oh, fuck. Does everyone sound like this down here? Fuck me.
And the accent gets you.
Man, no one understood a word I was saying.
Nice. Now you know how it feels. Coming from Nigeria. Everyone thinks you're a trucker, baby. At least you think you're a fucking suicide bomber or some shit. Like, you have a lore. Like, at least you have that lore. Like,
they blew things up, but not ourselves. Well, like sometimes, sometimes the making.
How come? Not
me personally, or
not you. No. Shit, it's not about that. It's not about the city. Let's stop. I'll boo myself there.
He's already done his gunfire joke. He's all right. He's got one in.
There's more to go. That's steady. But yeah, so like when you were coming down here now, it was definitely a culture shock. Is it okay to call it that if it's white people?
Yeah, Joe, like it's funny because like,
so what's the tell me the
like it's funny because like in Belfast because it's the whole like divide thing, like you always like we're so Irish, but then there's the things you don't notice that like we only do because we have the British influence up there for like the TV and the media and all that stuff. So like the one of the biggest ones for me anyway, I don't know if anyone else from the north found this moving down south, people down here love the toy show. And I didn't even know it was a fucking thing, right? And people would be like, oh my God, I have to get pajamas for the toy show. And I'm like, what? And then the first time I saw it, it was fucking Tuberty.
Talking to like a bunch of kids. Like, what's entertainment here?
This is like salad fingers talking to a lot of kids. Like, it was like, I was like, how does anyone think this? It was literally just an ad for
consumer
and then toys. Shows you like a load of sad kids, and you're like, that's fair enough, it's good to raise awareness for them, but like it's literally like put out the sad kids there and we'll all go like, oh,
give them the baskets, money in the basket.
Isn't it great that all these big multinationals who give
3 times. Yeah. To this child with leukemia.
I don't
it
see
doesn't solve your leukemia, Darren. But look, play with this action figure. It's a beautiful thing, but you didn't get it.
No, that was one of the things.
But in BBC, you have that guy with his eyes, isn't it?
Oh, Pudsey.
Yeah, is that not the same? Is that not the same type of thing? Children
yeah,
but
I didn't really watch that. We would have watched RT and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Like some stuff like that.
But you felt so Irish up there. And then when you're down here,
then we come down here and the perception of everyone there, of especially Cork people haven't a fucking clue about the north, because most people down here have never been up or or family have never even been up.
Yeah.
So they're all just going off hearsay or there was the troubles were bad, were bad, and
were bad.
Yeah, they were bad, and. It was kind of crazy, and they know who Jerry Adams is. That's probably to the extent of it, and they get drunk at fucking events and shit and put up their ass, and you're like,
bro. See, that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you about as well, because as somebody who was imported here, and then we fucking, and I'm here, I'm trying to understand the culture, and I started going to pubs 18th birthdays and shit. That's when it starts. And I started seeing the drinking culture. Time. Yeah, and people were talking about this is what it is to be Irish. Oh, the singing, songing. I'm but what are you doing for after this? What after this? How are you still Irish? Do you get me? Other than backbiting and fucking shitting on people who are doing stuff in your community. But I wonder, is that the same? What are the kind of symbolism of Irish for the northern for you growing up?
For me,
that is different to here, and then you can ask me vice versa as well.
Oh, for me, growing up in the north, I know it was fairly rudimentary. When you're young, it's just Catholics versus Protestants, and we're Irish and we play GA and we're proud of all that, of our trad music, and
that's your identity.
But I feel anyway in the north. Excuse me. We wouldn't fly in some areas and around Easter Sunday and stuff. You would probably see tricolours flowing and stuff. Yeah. But I don't think it's as big a thing. I think we all know we're Irish. We know we're up north. Up there, we wouldn't fly. I think my opinion of the interpretation of it would be we wouldn't fly as much flags as the other side.
Okay.
Or the other side as Protestant communities.
Yeah.
So I feel they
need to identify more or something.
They know they're on the island of Ireland. And
and
they think they're they think they're British, and they're British. They do have British identity in their eyes. So I think they're trying it's not insecurity as such that makes it worse the sound. But they're saying look, we're British, whereas
they're trying to wave that flag still.
But we live on the island, so and we know the history of planters and things that. So I feel that's why we don't fly things as much. But we have an innate thing to be Irish. But then if you go down south, it's all everyone's oh yeah, we do love you, you're Irish, until it's in any way a negative connotation. If people talk about United Ireland, they're it's so expensive, and they're not even, and it would be so expensive for us down here, and it's they are Irish until there's any kind of negative effect. They'll love shouting up the rah when they get too drunk, but then if you were your taxes might go up 2% if the Ireland's reunited, and they're
fuck
they put on their sash and go fucking marching, for fuck's sake. But no, I don't know, it's
okay.
I'd be honest, I'm waffling, but
no, bro.
I feel coming down here, I got very defensive anyway, because everyone was oh, you're. To slag you anyway, to wind you up, an easy bite is oh, you love the Queen. You're British. What would you know? And then even playing hurling and stuff, people oh, do you play hurling up there and all? And you're even lecturers I had in college were like that.
Fuck CIT lecturers are dumb. But go on. Sorry.
Shout out none of them.
When I catch you in the streets, Butler, you know who you are.
I'm not involved in any of his fucking threats here legally.
Allegedly.
That's us covered for the whole podcast. Throwing asterisks in when we said that, and we're laughing. Term T's and C's.
It's all art. It's all just art. When you search this podcast, you see it in the fucking theater art. It's not comedy. This is art.
But I'm actually kind of glad this is my first podcast.
Okay, nice.
There can't be the comments was another two white guys starting a podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? We're very diverse here. Like, I swear, we have like two interesting. Because one of my questions for you was like, how does like being from Belfast incorporate your comedy? But I can go first about like how Nigeria like cool, incorporate my comedy as well. If you don't mind. Because like yesterday, watching you host or do your set while hosting was like, it was nice because one of the things you mentioned was like Belfast and like you being from there, and that's part of your identity as being down here. And as I found, part of my identity is being in Cork, is being Nigerian. Is like, and it does feed into my comedy as well. But I'm trying, like, I was talking to Kev on the podcast as well about identity and comedy and shit, and he was telling me like, being black isn't all I have. Yeah. Really, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fair. And then like now I'm trying to make jokes about like aqua aerobics and all that shit. And like I'm trying to incorporate both worlds. Like me being black in aqua aerobics in Mayfield. Yeah. Do you get me? But like
that's a fairly niche scenario.
Yeah, it is very niche.
I feel like I pull out of a card game. There's like
really?
A black guy and aqua aerobics. And where's he from? He's just got here from Nigeria. Act that out.
Yeah, it builds up, like is what I'm trying to say. But like I didn't like notice that, like how much I call it now project being Nigerian a lot on like at least at the start anyway. Like when I was trying to write comedy shit.
I feel like I'm like, for me anyway, definitely like sure. I didn't never plan. I'll always listen to loads of comedy podcasts like most people and went to watch a lot of live comedy. Yeah. But then Adam Raymond started Any Crack. And
is that when you started?
Yeah, it was my first gig was actually the first thing, I was steaming one night in Deep South, and I was talking with Jerry Murphy, one of my buddies, and Adam, and we were just chatting, and he was saying like, you know Adam, a new venture every week.
Yeah. Fucking guy.
10 businesses.
That guy, he needs to get Ritalin because his ADHD is all over the place, man.
Yeah, but like I said, I fucking fair play to him because I never would have done it myself, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I was clearly
no hate.
Yeah, 100%. No, he knows. He's well able for it.
I've said it to anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
He knows he has ADHD. Don't worry. But so like he was doing the Any Crack thing, and I was with Jerry Murphy, and we were just chatting, and I was like, I was clearly drunk, and I must have said something along the lines like, I'd always love I would have loved to try it sometime. And he was like, I'll put you down, and I thought nothing of it. And then Jerry asked me about it a few weeks later, and I was like, no, he hasn't got on to me, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then I said to him, he goes, if he gets on to you have to do it. And I was like, right. Nice. I was like, right, okay. And then literally the next day, he wrote to me and was like, I'm putting you down for this gig in Crack Jenny's. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, what have I done here? And like me and Adam weren't like close immediate friends, but we have a lot of mutual friends, like through like a lot of my buddies from Ballincollig and Ovens that direction, and he's from around that area. Yeah. And I was like, there's going to be a lot of crossover here with people coming that I know. Yeah. So I was like, have to put a bit of effort into this. And then I was like, fucking, I was going to pull out. I was like, I'm not doing it. Fuck that. I'll just go and support and all this. Yeah. And then, and then like Tegan, my girlfriend now, who I was only dating at the time, like she would like, you know, like you're dating someone, saying that to them, it could be like, what?
You said that to her?
No, like I was telling her I was doing it for the first time. Like,
did you invite her to go see it?
Oh, she went, yeah. Fucking.
Where's the disgusting?
Yeah,
that's so much pressure.
Yeah, I knew there was about 90 people there. Ooh. And I knew about 25 or 30 of them. Yeah, it was absolute. And like, I think that made me put a lot of effort into the first 5 minutes kind of thing. But then I went to watch one just because I was like, I want to see someone. And then David Savage, fucking legend, he gave me my first spot. And you were there.
Was that
you were there in the back. That was my first ever spot
in Middleton.
Yeah.
The one where I was headlining.
I think so. I might have been, because like I walked in and you were kind of looking at me like, what are you supposed to be back
Really?
Here?
Yeah.
It was my first time there, like, and I was panicking. And, oh man, shitting myself. And sure, it was in Middleton.
Yeah. It was a shit gig for a while.
There's only about 10 people there.
Yeah.
But like, it's a nice set, like a nice room. It looks like a room for comedy. So like in my head, I was like, what am I doing? And but like, as you said, like, you don't think you're portraying too much, but like my first 5-10 minutes, all that stuff was just me being like, I'm the guy from Belfast in Cork, and this is hey, I'm the Belfast guy. I went to school in Belfast. I played GA in Belfast.
Did you know about Belfast?
Listen, like, do you know like Jerry Adams? Like, you know, but like And it went well. But like looking back now, obviously everyone's like their first jokes, and you're like, oh Jesus. And like probably look at their jokes last week now, and you're still like, oh, like 2 years in now, but like. Yeah, I don't know, but like I try not to. Like so last night, there were so many Europeans and a load of Germans, a load of some Americans, and like so many different people. So like, me talking about the Troubles like for 10 minutes is not enjoyable for me because they're looking at me like, what? Are you not both white people from the same place? Like, what are you talking about? Like, to some people, like, if they don't understand it, like, or like they don't know the history, so like a reference to them is pointless. Like me naming someone from the north,
like, Jerry Adams.
Talk about the Irish sea border, and someone down here is like, "What are you talking about?"
Irish what?
Yeah,
I don't even
exactly.
know what that is.
No, I have a Kanye joke. That's the point. Yeah, go on.
Let's keep a loop on that. But like, what is this? What is the Irish sea border?
Yeah, and like it's a thing basically, like a trade since Brexit. And like because the EU, it's a whole EU because the North is technically part of the UK still, but then the EU since Brexit, basically it's just like the trade border now is in the sea kind of.
Oh, sea border. I thought you meant someone who climbs onto the sea.
So there's technically a sea border, and like loyalist and like the unionist parties don't like that and don't recognize it. So like my joke, like you don't have to burn it
you don't have to burn it here if you don't want to, like.
That was said, but like not to do a bit on a podcast, but I was like Kanye's like lost a lot of fans, but like he lost a lot of black fans when he said slavery was a choice, and then I was saying he lost a lot of Jewish fans when he talked about Hitler, said he was being a good guy. And I was like, I'm all in, but like if he ever comes out and says he doesn't support the Irish sea border, I might sell my new swastika t-shirt. But like, come see me, guys. You'll see awkward jokes like that on stage. You'll be like, hopefully my black friend doesn't think this is a racist joke.
All true while you were
I didn't say slavery was a choice. That was Kanye.
No, while you were doing all that, I was just thinking of when can I press the button? I like get to the end of the joke, nigga, so I can press this button. Okay, that's the Irish sea border.
Yeah, don't worry.
Also, like, exactly. So you were saying that if the Germans, like the people, the crowd, they wouldn't get it anyway.
Or people in Cork don't even get that. Like I said, like there's northern jokes that like I've tried in Belfast and it went fairly. Like I've only gigged a couple of times in Belfast. But, like people have laughed at those jokes, but like I've tried them in open mics down here just to see, and people are like,
I don't get.
And they don't want to hear either. So leave it off. So I'm trying to stem away the like America and Trump and all that stuff's all easy pickings. Like, do
you like politics? You seem like you're kind of into it. You listen to the news.
No, I don't listen to the news. Jesus.
No, not in that sense. But like you keep your ears open. Like.
Yeah, like I guess get wound up by listening. Like I don't know, nothing seems good. Like
how do you keep in touch with current affairs?
Like saying X is your first source of things isn't probably the best.
No, it's part of reality though.
Yeah,
we live in a world like that. That's fair.
I don't like. I wouldn't say I have any serious political affiliation to anyone.
No, but you just seem quite aware. You seem to have like not strong, but like you know. Wagwan.
I do.
You know Wagwan.
Yeah,
like so that means you do keep your ears on this.
I definitely do for more than I should. Like it winds me up more than anything else. Like, I try to do less of it now than I used to. Like as in I used to be read up on like Americans, like followed American politics more than I should have. Like, and I'm
But why I was saying that because I listen to the news these days. Well, I listen to this BBC News Global News podcast. That's where that sounded weird. That sounded like an ad, but like that's where I get like some of my current affairs, just to like for joke writing as well. Not that I want to be political, but just want to like be topical at least, just to know what's going on in the world. It does help.
No, it's definitely handy.
Yeah, because that kind of stuff now, as we're talking about, like I'm not trying to step away from being black or being Nigerian, but I'm trying to like find other ways to incorporate it. It's not like the defining feature.
Your take on different things.
Exactly. Maybe like I'm trying to like expand on that perspective more, and I suppose that's like the nice part of the journey so far. Like so that's why I was wondering about you as well. Like how do you?
It's tough.
You know about the Irish sea border. You know about like
that's so funny that's particular of a topic.
That's gonna be the title of the podcast of this episode.
Seed and James crossed the Irish sea border.
Nice. let me put But, so I know that's the title.
But yeah, no, like as in like sometimes like I just have to try and veer away, but just doing only for Irish crowd. Like, cause like I remember early days, like maybe like 6 months, like still early days, like everything you hear about fucking comedy, you're like once it was 10 years in, and you're just
fuck.
I have to be this mentally unwell to think this is a good idea for another 8 years
before
they decide, nah.
Shit, that just got me thinking about.
Don't do the math. Don't do the
math.
No,
not even the maths. I don't care about the maths. I've always wanted to do comedy since like 16, 18, around that side. But like I didn't know how to do it, and online seemed too hard for me. Yeah. So like I'm glad like I was able to cross path with stand up. Do you know what I mean? Stand up seems more easy.
So how long are you doing it now?
This is year 4 or year 5.
Where was your first gig?
First gig was first gig in the womb. So I was like talking. I was like doing crowd work for my mom.
Press that board for bad bits anyway. Fuck's sake.
I'm so dumb, but I love it.
In the womb.
I love it.
He's been doing a similar crowd.
Yeah, and I walked my dad. My dad was like, I'm not having this. He's not. I'm out. Bye. This is where I leave.
Walking rooms from the womb. That's a tag for next show there.
But yeah, freaking. It was in like a YMCA youth club. They had open mic because I think from a podcast as well. Quarters full. For a podcast, that like the first thing you have to do is sign up for an open mic. So I just typed open mics in Cork.
Yep.
And the one I knew was YMCA in Cork. They had an open mic, but it was for singers. So I was like the comedian there, and I bombed so hard. But like I double booked. So that night, Coco was on a Monday night. That place was on a Monday night. So I booked Coco as well. So after bombing there, I went to the Coco. And yeah, I killed it. And that was the first one. And I was with Danny and some of them mans there. And who else was on? Danny, there's a couple of niggas like on the scene that fell off. And it's not even like falling off because there's no scene. Like no one's making millions yet.
I was
going to
say.
Do you know what I mean? But like, I be seeing you niggas. Let me talk to you. Like I be on the bus sometimes. Yeah, I saw 1 or 2 lads. Like someone who was like stronger at the start. Like they're probably there like a year or 2 before me or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, they had a bit of a controversy and then they fell off. Shit, I know. Oh fuck.
I'm only near to the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't know any of these old heads.
It's not that deep, but it was kind of funny. Like when it was happening, I didn't care. Yeah. But like it was in that 2020 and they got cancelled. Like so, they actually got cancelled, or they cancelled themselves. But it was funny. It was a funny thing. But I see this motherfucker on the bus one day, and I was like, wow, Saheed, I'm still doing comedy. This nigga ain't. Let's go. Like I was fired up. I went to the studio, wrote like a new 5 minutes, man. Like fuck you, bitch. Like so, yeah. Like people do like lose interest in it. Like
I've heard the 2-year mark is when people start to go.
Yeah, man.
Is this really worth my time?
Yeah.
And like to be honest with you, like I think, I don't know, living in town definitely helps because like, the effort of coming into the town isn't as bad as it was when I was first starting.
Okay.
And like I'm enjoying it, lad. As in, like, do you ever see, like, if I start doing it and I'm like, someone asks me to do a gig and I say yes and I get there and I'm like, why did I bother? Like,
doing this,
like doing that once or twice because you're tired from work or something.
Yeah.
But like, if you're doing that, you're like, consistently doing that, like, sure, like, what are you doing with your time?
Nah,
if you're
I hear that.
You're supposed to bomb and have badder sets by trying new stuff, like, but if you're not enjoying doing it or being excited to try new jokes, like you see some fellas there on the scene, subliminal messages now to anyone watching to think about this is about them. No, like it's like you've seen them like maybe for 6 months and they're doing the same set still. And like I definitely do jokes from ages ago as well sometimes, but like if it's word for word and you can tell they're kind of phoned it in, you can be like, if he doesn't start doing something new soon, he's gonna want to quit. Where's the motivation to go up and do the, like even if you know it's gonna get laughs, I don't know. It's like playing the same. Playing the same level on a game over and over again, and you're
when
like,
they say like,
of this one, like,
when you start, when they say when you start, and I see it with like people who are longer than fucking 2 years and shit. Like, I'm just like, I saw this last week because I hated that at the start as well. Because you know they say you have to have a strong 5 minutes, but like, how am I gonna get a strong 5 minutes if I'm just doing the same fucking 5 minutes all the time? Like,
there's no way that the first 5 minutes you write is going to be good just to keep doing it.
I don't even remember. The only thing I remember from my first 5 is I talk about my favorite porno at the time. That's all I remember, and I'm not even gonna bother saying it right now either, because that's just sad. Like,
because all the listeners already know.
if you listen back to like one of the first episodes of this, you on Spotify, because this is gonna be on YouTube. But like, check out previous episodes, and I talk about it a lot there. But like, how often do you write these days? What's your like practice?
Like, see, I see at the start, I think it was like a bit of a by accident, because I was only doing any craic really. Yeah. And Adam was bringing the same kind of crowd in for most gigs. Yeah. I was at the panic of like, sure, they listened to these jokes 2 weeks ago. So I was doing nearly a new 5 for the first 4 shows. Nice. I had like a new 5. So I had like 20 minutes of material. Like,
okay, I'm glad you did
because like obviously, but like at the start, you're like, no, I had 20 minutes of words.
But did you feel like you had 20 minutes of like?
No, like
in that moment, in that moment in time, were you like? How confident were you in those 20 minutes?
No, I was
because that would tell a lot, James.
No, I'm self-aware. I've listened to enough. I've been listening to literally every comedy podcast for about fucking half a decade. Yeah, that I know. Like, you've listened to them talk about people who start, and like, you're just don't fall for those pitfalls. Like, don't go around telling fellas that you got 20 minutes of material after fucking 8 gigs,
guy.
But no, I've
heard people do that to like.
People have said that to me,
and I just look at you like, yes, please continue.
Oh,
I can't wait to see you like every man.
If someone even asked me now, it goes like, how much material could you do? And like,
I'd be scared.
Like the longest I've done was like, I think I did 28. Okay, 26, 28. Like I was supposed to do 25, and I think I just Adam didn't flash me or something. But like, and that felt like a fucking like I felt like telling them like, are you not sick of this? Why are you still listening to me? Why are you all still looking in this direction?
Yeah. Press the eject
I'm
button.
sick of me. So like, but yeah, no, I did that at the start. So I did like, I would have said I had 4 sets, and like one of them I would have been considered like that's the hits, because you're like that's the one you've done the most. And then you have other ones, because I've always, and I still kind of do, I like to try to have things together to like not a theme.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah, I don't
okay.
like. I don't.
Sorry, James.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah, your grandma. Okay.
Sorry.
But like, not a theme.
No. That's very good. That's good thinking. Like,
I like to have like some kind of
thread, a common thread.
I'm not like people have they're mad segues between things, and they're like, oh, talking about fucking the COVID vaccine, and then they go, oh yeah, my granny fucking like came home from the shop, like just quick. Whereas like I'd like to be like, oh, if I'm talking about Irish things, but then there's something like the punchline, something about America, and then go into American things there. Like, as in, like, just kind of have like a path in my head. That's why I remember things better as well. Because I'm like, and then
A to B to C to D to.
I'll always have like an opener planned, and then I'll have like, I'll do this, and if that goes well, I'll go this way, and if it doesn't go as well, I'll go that way.
What's that called in like science? Not science, but like in planning and
like a Venn diagram kind of like, as in like if they're not like in this
mind map.
Yeah, like I always like trying to figure out like where people are from at the start, or like listen to other people beforehand. Now, I'm not fucking reinventing, and like everyone should.
No, that's the process.
Yeah, everyone should be doing this. Like,
yeah,
fucking, like,
I don't do that as much. It bites me. Sometimes.
There's sometimes you're like, you go up and there's the elephant in the room. Like one guy's been talking about whatever all night, and you're like, and he says it, and you go, well, what's your name? And everyone's like, oh, for fuck's sake, he's been talking all night. Yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know. Like, sure, I've always been interested.
So, what is your writing process, man? You don't write anymore. That's what I'm getting from this.
I do write.
Do you write? How often do you write, sir? How often do you write, James?
At the start, I wrote more. When I was like the first like 9 months of like the excitement of the pen and paper.
And
you're like.
I got something. Yes. I'm a genius.
And it's like,
Netflix, where is the fuck?
Wherever it is now, like I'll always be writing in my notes. Like I'm constantly writing in my notes. Like if I see something, or like if I hear something, like if I'm hear something on the news, like not news, or like if I'm listening to someone in work talk about something, or like their interpretation of something, and I'm like, that's funny. That's funny. They think that, and I'm like, well, what would I think about it? And then I'm like, oh, I can see how to get there, and then just kind of laugh about that, and then just like try and look at it different angles, or if I just like. If I see, like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I try and slag everyone equally. Like, as in, like...
Slag everyone
equally? Yeah. Like,
what as in, that, like the audience?
Make fun of. Like, like, as in, like, I'm not just go, like, as in, like, if I'm making fun of women, I'll always try to do, like, men first. Or, like, I'll be self-deprecating before. So, not just to be, like...
all the
misogynistic bastard. No, I actually have a great relationship with all the women in my life, but it is kind of funny to
It is kind of funny how you got. They all want to blame me for never putting the seat back down. Yeah, I'm looking at. Anyway.
No.
I didn't want to get in trouble. He had a thought and he was like, I'm not going to say that.
I'm not misogynistic.
I'm not going to say that. I am. So that's fair. Okay, cool.
Both graduates of Hustlers University.
Speak for yourself. I'm still repeating. Okay, that's very interesting, James, man. So you're a notepad warrior right now, but this time...
No, I'm back on my phone.
On your phone? Okay.
I'll do notes and that, and then like...
But right now, you don't really have a, because we do Monday nights in the chances you don't really pop up like that.
Like, it depends, because I do shift work. I could be all working. I could be off for 3 Mondays in a row, and then I'll be working for 3 in a row.
Okay.
So I'll do, but no, I try and do chancers in the Framwell as well. My real job.
This comedy ain't paying enough.
I wouldn't be drinking fucking this unbranded drink. SEHEED says no brands until they sponsor the podcast.
Well, the only brand we support here is My Goodness. Check them out for natural foods and drinks.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my goodness.
Fuck it. Moving up. Get sponsors, bro.
Well, not getting that shift work money, nigga.
Yeah, you don't have to work those nights.
Yeah, except for the cocoa, and I'm fucking bumming.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fuck, I forgot where I was going there now. Where I was gonna ask you. So you. Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Fuck me.
Shout outs to the production team. Yeah.
SEHEED's young Jamies.
Let us know. Let us know. Excuse me. Cut this part out. Now, I was gonna ask you, James. You said you play hurling down here.
For a small bit. Yeah. For a few years.
Okay, I was gonna ask you as well. Do you have any questions for me? If this was your podcast, what questions would you have for me?
So younger, did you do like any drama or anything like that? Because you seem like you're sorry there. Like you seem like one thing about you, you're always very comfortable on stage. Like, as in, like, did you grow up on being, or were you the center of attention growing up? Like, were you
maybe a bit of both, you know? Because in Nigeria, I was like the youngest.
Yeah.
Like my uncles and like aunties, and I was a cute baby.
Yeah.
So I think I got attention from that. But I think I was also funny there as well, because there's a nickname my uncle has for me called Baba Salah, and that's like a famous Nigerian comedian and like actor, comedian or whatever.
Yeah.
So there, but like there's like drama school. There was a little bit of drama in school, but like not really.
Yeah.
No, I think where I got it from was like I guess I did like a bar mitzvah, wolimot, it's called.
Yeah.
It's like a Muslim bar mitzvah. I think that's my first time having the mic in my hand, and I have a picture in my room of like the first time having a mic and talking to a crowd. But I'm reading the Quran.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So that's one time I feel like I've been on stage. In primary school in Cork, when I moved to Cork, we did ABBA, Dancing Queen. Yeah. I went to an all-boys school.
Yeah, same.
And we all had to dress up as girls.
No.
But I can't. I think like maybe some of us, all of us, but like
time.
Yeah. So like I came up with some of the choreography with my teachers' help as well. Like I was part of that.
Yeah.
Like little things like that, but like not really. I always hated drama students. Like I hate the theater kids. Not hate is a strong word. I like them now. When I was younger, I didn't like them because I was trying to be cool. Yeah. I wanted to be an athlete, but I was very confused. Like,
I think all young boys want to be an athlete. Like,
yeah, I guess. Like, I wanted to be an athlete.
You're playing sport at any level. Like, you dream.
I was playing a lot of sports than arts. Like when I was younger.
Yeah,
like, I was way more into sports than I was into and I'm not even watching. I preferred participating. I actually enjoyed like playing, being active. There was a social aspect for it for me from there. But like, I'm comfortable on stage. I think it's just. Thank God, man. Alhamdulillah, man. I genuinely I think those because I think about that as well. But I think those are like where I might have those are points in my life, man, where I can think of off the top of my head of okay, maybe then there's a bit of a sign there. But I think I watched a lot of maybe comedy movies as well.
Yeah. No, I've always thought myself like, as in like, I've never seen you flustered up there. Whereas like even some lads that have been doing it longer, I've seen if something goes wrong in the crowd or something goes like that, get a bit more flustered. Whereas like, you'll just wait.
Yeah.
Like as in, and you're like, and like,
because it's my time, innit?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like I've never seen you go like, I'm not rushing this. You just
fucking rush.
Exactly.
Because I used to do that a lot.
A lot of people do that.
No, I've stopped. I stopped. I fell into some of those traps as well, man. Especially when I used to go to Dublin. Like, because it used to be a rushed thing. And that's when I started to realize, like, this thing is an art form for me. As weird as that might sound to people, but for me, it's actually an art form. Because, like, I realized, like, let's say those Dublin gigs, I was, like, chasing them just because I was trying to build I was, like, by year 2, I gave myself 4 years to play Everyman Theatre. Like, by year 3, I was like, nah, nigga, like, we have to get a real job. Like, do you know what I mean? By year 3, let's get a real job for a while. Let's push that a little bit
get some accounting. And
you're
cost a bit of money to book the Everyman.
But with the Dublin thing, I was like, oh, if I do this, like, little, like it all helps. But, like, then I was thinking that would be, like, the be-all, end-all type of thing. So I put a lot of emphasis, a lot of my heart, I guess, into that gig. And, like, you'd be disappointed then, like, if you put, like, you know what I mean? There's more room for disappointment. So, like, I'd go up, I'd get the train up, and then because I had no place to stay up there, like, so I would have to get the train back. So I'm just literally going for 5 minutes, but in my head, I'm already planning how I want to do it. I'm like, I want to do a costume change. I'm like, I do like shit like that. I'd be wanting to do it, but like that would eat into my time. That's what I'm saying.
2.5 minutes in, fuck it.
I swear to God, like, but like, that's why I realized, like, okay, maybe I have to like chill out a bit.
Less costume changes.
But maybe still more, like, but like, get the material right. I actually know what we're talking about. But like, at the start, I used to definitely, with those gigs outside of Cork, I'm very comfortable in Cork, I think.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable in Cork. Cork is home. Like, Cork is my God. Like, I've been around here fucking doing scumbag things. Like, now I'm doing comedy. It's gonna be easy. Like, it's gonna be easy.
Yeah. No,
I thank God.
I don't know myself. Like, I think I've like fought any kind of artistic thing growing up. I was like, my ma tried to get me to do Irish dancing when I was young, and I was like, nah, let's be serious. And then a small bit, I think it was like, it was more so like there was like after school activities, and they were looking for something else to do before she could pick us up. And one of them was drama for a bit, and I hated every bit of that.
Oh, did you go to it though?
I was young, and
you didn't learn anything.
Dude, no, but like, and then like musically, even like I was like, nah.
You could have been a kneecap.
No, I can't even speak a fucking lick of Irish. Get me a balaclava with no hole.
Here's the dancing guy.
Bez, fucking
get the crowd going.
Just get his gun, shoot it in the air. Fucking no, like. So like like they try to push, like, do you ever see into primary school?
Yeah.
They give everyone instruments, so they could.
Tim Whistle.
And I wanted to get guitar. Yeah. And like this was my first attempt. I was like, I play guitar. That's the cool one.
That's
like,
your thing.
And they give me the fucking cello. Because it was
man. Bro, like, that would have been so much cooler though. At this age now, imagine having that in your repertoire. That's so cool. I want to learn how to play the saxophone. I'm not even kidding. Cool. Like, that's a classic.
No one's ever went, oh, fuck, if only I took up the cello when I was younger. Okay. Man, the cello, it's a, most people don't even know what it is. It's a fucking oversized violin that you put between your legs. And then you go, like, there's no one's ever been like, needs more cello. No one. So they give it to me, and I brought it home, and my man would like, you need to practice that. And I'm like, imagine me sitting at home by myself, playing Old Lang Syne or something like.
That's you telling your mom and dad to come into the living room. You're about to play them the cello.
Like, guys, I've been practicing.
Come in.
I'll play this when I'm going down with the ship. Fucking Jesus Christ. Like, and like, sure, and then if you got too good at it, like, what circles you running in then? Like, that's not for me.
True. You're doing some hippie-dippity, weird-ass musical.
Classical fucking ass music.
I know, but like, they're rich.
I don't think it's going. I'm not going to make a lot of money playing.
No, but like
cello.
they come from rich families.
Oh
like,
yeah, so I can hang out with rich people. That's
no.
I can go to their houses and play.
Yeah, you can play music. There you go. That's clientele.
Oh, fuck.
That's clientele.
So no.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
so you had no artistic inkling.
No,
until you were drunk and you met Adam Raymond one night, and then you were like, I've seen enough podcasts about this. Yeah, or what?
I've watched a collective 1 million hours of Joe Rogan. So
how did it all change?
He sent me a wee chip out. It says you can do one fucking open mic. No,
like the AA.
Yeah. You listen to enough Joe Rogan, but you can think you're a comedian. But,
all right. So when did it all change? Like, do you still not feel?
I know now I'm a lot like it's in Cork in like certain rooms there. Like I don't give it like not that I don't give a shit. I could just turn up after work wrecked and be like, oh no, I'll have some fun. And like sometimes you don't enjoy it as much because you're not in the mood. Like after 12-hour shift sometime and then trying up the beer and like trying to remember things is like
bro.
And then like Jerrv, see like
I have a story like that relates to that as well. But
and then like if it's not going as well, you're kind of like I'm not enjoying it. You're not enjoying it. We just wrap this up. I know there's 2 people on after me, but fuck this. Like,
I won't go home. Yeah, I used to be like that. I was working in I can say it now. Janssen before.
One of the Janssens.
Yeah, one of them. Yes, allegedly. And like I used to go like 12-hour shifts, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah,
like I was the fucking evening shift or whatever they wanted to call it. And bro, trying to book gigs, trying to like, cause then I was like interested in comedy. I was like, I wanna like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Like, but it was hard to like balance it together. Like my work was failing. Like my work was pretty easy. Like I'm a sample management person, but I hated like the people I was working with. Because imagine I just killed, like say, in the Coco. Only the Coco. On a fucking Thursday night, and I'm here on Friday with these fucking schmucks, and everything I'm saying is not landing. Do you get me? I'm like, wrong crowd, change the crowd, because last night this was killing. Do you get me? Not that I'm going there to like be comedian at work.
Oh, I know,
but like trying to talk to your coworkers, trying to let my personality show a little bit. It was too weird. It was too. Oh, I shouldn't have said the company name, but fuck y'all. Come if you want me to MC one of your talks, I'll take your money. We do corporate gigs. We can talk then. But now working in that kind of corporate environment for me was fucking rough, man. Because like, let's say I spent like true college just with the lads, like you know, the kind of language you use with the lads is different. Now we're getting older as well, so like we don't use the same languages anymore. But like I remember one time like this, I was in the canteen. Monday morning, I think this one time when Harry Styles like was in a controversy about someone spat on him or something.
Right.
So to give you guys a timeline when I was working here, and like
I have no idea when that was. But
this was like 2-3 years ago. So
yeah,
I'm in the canteen. And you know everyone's talking, they're having their breakfast, 11 o'clock lunch or whatever. And I'm like, oh, they're all talking about like what they get up to. I'm like, you guys are so fucking boring. I just listened to like I think Chris Di Stefano talk about the Harry Styles like thing on his podcast. And I don't know, I was half listening and he talks about like somebody's spark com or something like that. And then I took that as the real news, set it on the table, on the canteen table. Everyone just stares at me like, who the fuck is this guy? I was like,
no one even questioned it, or is like, no. But I don't know. Like I think like you can have a really shit job.
Yeah.
But like if the people you're working with, you have a laugh with.
Yeah.
Like, you get over it a lot easier. Like
shout out, one musician guy, white guy. Yeah, that's his name. He knows who he is because I don't want to put him under the bus.
I love like imagine that was the other way around there. I was like, oh black yeah.
But like that's the thing. That's the thing. His name is actually white. Yeah. So
well, I look like the bigot.
See, I didn't want to make it too big by saying his full name and leaving his government. But you know, you play guitar and shit, my guy. You play the bass, my guy. But he was one of the people I related to because he's an artist as well, and he was like, it was nice. It was just sound to me, man. And I was like, oh. But people on my team went that great. Like, but no, it's not in their business. It's not their problem. Like, you know.
Yeah, no, it makes more of a difference though. I have at least one or two people because like fucking work can be
I'm here for 12 hours, bro. Well, 60 hours or 40 hours, however long the shift is.
Too long. But no, like that's it. Like, not to be fair, people I work with now are all sound.
Let's not talk about your work. Talk about work. But yeah, so like working corporate and then trying to go to a gig, like it was tough for me, man. I just like what am I doing, man? What are we doing? But like, even now, it's still tough being a creative full time. I'm still broke as hell. Like, all that shift bonus thing, I didn't save enough of my shift bonus to go. But if I was to go again, I'd save as much as I can and then dip again. Yeah. Like that's what I did in the Janssen did. Went ham for like 9 months. Yeah. Saved a good bit, but I didn't know where to invest it yet. You know that way? Yeah. Went on holidays, blah blah blah. Bought a car and all that shit. Did all that shit as well. But like, I was like, fuck.
Invested.
Yeah, I wish I had something to
invested differently.
Yeah, invested into my art. Like the way I see it now, I'm an independent artist. Like the way I see it like right now, because I this is all self-funded. Like, so please sponsor the kid. Please. But yeah, James, we're coming to the end of the podcast there now. Do you have any other question for me? Because that was one, the drama. That was a very good question. Nice one. No. Was I ever in drama class or anything like that? I've always been dramatic.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have any other questions, man.
No worries. That's cool, man. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you now, sir. We have to round off the podcast. We have like a recommendation section.
Yeah.
So like I would say, I forgot how. Oh yeah, what's something near you, like an artist or a place or a person near you that you recommend for the listeners and watchers of the podcast to check out? It can be from Cork, it can be from Antrim where you're from, it can be from anywhere or whatever you're into right now. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck.
I can make it. Should I make it easier for you?
No, let me think. I'm trying to think if there's anything like a person or like an artist,
or a place or a food or a thing.
Food.
Or a movie.
Just back from Rome. Rome, yeah.
Oh.
I was in Rome there for over the Valentine's weekend.
Cute.
Very romantic of me.
Very romantic.
Yeah. That's how he pays the big bucks. No, fucking class bit. I really enjoyed it. Went to see, like, I did a lot more touristy things than I usually would do.
Okay.
Like, not that I don't do, but it's like I did a lot of touristy. There's so much to see there.
Yeah.
But the Vatican, even if you're not religious, mad, go see it. Like, I don't know, understand how people are still giving money to the Catholic Church. Madness, but like class to see.
Okay.
Like, but absolutely baffling stuff. The Coliseum was cool to see.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like real original. Walk out the middle, say, "Are you not entertained?"
You did that. You can walk in.
But like I did walk in, but like I wasn't that far. Like,
but you can walk into the Coliseum.
We were in it.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, it was fairly cool.
Could you feel like the history?
Yeah. As much as one can,
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
And if you're going, I'll give you 3 recommendations for Rome.
Yes, please.
Number 1, go to a place called Trapezzini. It's only a street food thing, but it's like sourdough bread cone with different meats, hot meats and cheeses in it, and it is fantastic. Had that a
you
couple
have to look
of times.
At the camera.
I don't think I've actually looked at the camera once this whole time.
Yeah, so tell him.
What else? Jim's Rooftop Bar. And Jerry's Speakeasy bar.
Jim and Jerry.
Yeah. Not the very Italian sounding things, but definitely in Rome city centre. Jerry Thomas Speakeasy is one of the, like they've got another small bar as well, really cool, really funky kind of thing. Like, but really enjoyed it. Cheaper than Cork City. Like I hate the fact that like everywhere you go now, they're like, how expensive is it? And you're like, it's Cork City's worse. You're paying £7 for a pint most places now. So
see. And he would recommend Cork, and that's it.
Yeah. From 2 guys who live here, we don't recommend it in the slightest. But come to see us on the comedy scene, but don't go home the same night. Cork's good. It's just fucking.
No. Don't pander.
It is too dear.
It is too dear. Oh yeah. Okay.
For what it is, like.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard
like a paint.
That's a fact, but we're at the end of the podcast. That's a whole different conversation.
Given the homeless guys, leprechaun hats doesn't really. It does give it a bit more cheer for the week, but doesn't fix the problem. And they take them back off them as well.
Alright, lads, check out James Hopkins on Instagram and social media.
James Hopkins 93.
Yeah.
How original. Am I the 93rd? No.
Alright.
Is he 31? Crazy to think. Yeah.
Boys, we're out and see you later. Bye bye. Bye boy. Nice one.